What is our marital relationship meant to be based upon? Because if we don't have a basis to move from, we're just as bad as these people outside who are causing society to break apart because they don't care about relationships anymore. And at the heart of it, our marriage is only for Allah. Our reference point must be Allah, not what the West telling us this is how relationships should be. It's not about the self, it's about bringing up a righteous family. This is upskilling. There is something called the 5 love language. Great sheikh, rahimahullah ta'ala, Sheikh Al-Albani. He had issues with his wife. And on one such occasion, he asked, and his wife had agreed to bring in another sheikh, Sheikh Adnan Al-Ar'ur. Yeah, he came in as the judge between them in their dispute. In front of the wife, he says, you, to Sheikh Al-Albani, are the zalim, you are the oppressed, and you, sister, you are the oppressed. And then he goes on and he says, and right now I'm making the ruling that he has family relationship, our family. This is central to us having a strong ummah. So today I'm going to speak about some marital issues and not about the easy stuff, marital problem. And this is something that we all have issues with. So let's take this as our starting point. This is an upskilling for every single one of us. And this is an issue that every single one of us, the biggest sheikh in the world and the lowest layman in the world, we all go through this, and this is normal. So let me start with a story for you. A real life incident that happened. Every single one of you knows the great sheikh, rahimahullah ta'ala, Sheikh Al-Albani. Probably not a single one of us who doesn't know of him. He had issues with his wife. And on one such occasion, he asked, and his wife had agreed to bring in another sheikh, Sheikh Adnan Al-Ar'ur. Yeah, he came in as the judge between them in their dispute. They had marital issues. You can imagine a sheikh's life, someone so authoritative like him, someone so well known, someone very involved in the community. He has guests all the time. He has a large family as well. People coming unannounced all the time. And his wife is getting old, and she's quite old at this time. She has her own illnesses as well. And the expectations on her are huge. Like every woman in every house. That's what she feels. So she's complaining, and the sheikh is also not agreeing with her because, hang on, this is my life. This is what I've been doing all my life. This is the expectation. So here they have a dispute, and they bring in someone to judge between them. Someone that they're both happy to judge. So now the sheikh comes. Sheikh Adnan, he comes to judge between them. And each of them has an expectation of how the sitting is going to go. So right at the beginning, he says to the wife, you go ahead, go and speak. And the Sheikh Al-Albani is like gobsmacked. What are you doing? Hang on, I'm the one who has the issue here. I should be the one telling you first. But no, he says, go on, to the wife, go and speak. So she says, this issue, it's too much for me. I've got so many things to do. I have to deal with his guests all the time at any unannounced hour, and cleaning and children and everything else. And on top of that, the library and cleaning that as well. With the enormous library and all the books and all the dust and everything. Okay. And she keeps going, and he listens to her and hears her out. When she finishes, now he says, right, I'm going to judge. Sheikh Al-Albani is already angry. And now he's fuming. Hang on, what kind of judge are you? You haven't heard from both sides and you're going to make a judgment already. He said, yes. And he starts saying things, and then the sheikh says to him, no, you called me to judge. Either you accept her like this, I'm going to judge right now, or I'm walking out. I'm leaving. So the sheikh says, go ahead. So this sheikh, Sheikh Adnan, he says, listen to the words. He's saying it to Sheikh Al-Albani, the husband, in front of the wife. He says, you, to Sheikh Al-Albani, are the zalim, you are the oppressed, and you, sister, you are the oppressed. And then he goes on and he says, and right now I'm making the ruling that he has to get married to another wife and bring her in to help you with all of these chores that are too much. So you can imagine the delight on the wife's face in the beginning. When her husband gets called the oppressed, she was rejoicing. And then when he also added to that, you, oh my sister, oh oppressed, you got too much given to you to do. So she's rejoice upon rejoice. And then when he says how to fix the problem, obviously it all settled down, it all calmed. And then she said, you know what, I have a solution, another solution where I can take care of everything. And the matter was finalized, and the complaint stopped, and the agreement continued. Okay, so let's look at this. This is a story to get us into it. From the story, I want you to remember, sisters, this is not about polygamy, not about telling the brothers to get a second wife. Don't get upset, okay? We're here to sort out our current marriages. Forget about anything further. Right, number one, we want to take from this story. Every single person, no matter who they are, is going to go through these issues where you have issue with your spouse. This is absolutely normal. Your problems are not the biggest things in the world. Your problems are just that. Problem, disagreement, and you need to work through them. Right, the next point I want to move on to. What is our marital relationship meant to be based upon? Because if we don't have a basis to move from, we're just as bad as these people outside who are causing society to break apart because they don't care about relationships anymore. You look at society around us, what's it about? It's about the self, self-love, self-centric people, egocentric people. This is what life has become, and we're living around. So there's no way that this will not affect us. And let me tell you, we are being affected. If we are honest with ourselves, what does our life revolve around? It revolves around making me happy, pampering my ego. Is this what our religion teaches us our life is meant to be? No. What's our life meant to be about? Ala lillahi ad-deenul khalis. The religion, all of it, sincerity must be for Allah, nothing else. That's your life. You're a slave of Allah, not your whims and desires, not anything other than Allah. When Allah said, قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ لَا شَرِيكَ لَهُ وَبِذَلِكَ أُمِرْتُ وَأَنَا أَوَّلُ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Say my life, say my prayer, my sacrifice, my life and death only for Allah. He has no partner. With that I have been ordered, and I am from the foremost of the Muslims. That means everything, including our marriage. And at the heart of it, our marriage is only for Allah. Our reference point must be Allah. Not what the West telling us, this is how relationships should be. Not what the media is telling us, this is the romance story that you must live. Not what the novels are telling us. No, it's nothing to do with them. They are not the ones who understand what true right and responsibilities are, and what will actually lead to the greatest outcome in the future. Man is deficient by nature, weak by nature. How can men and women, without the guidance of Allah, how can they come to the greatest conclusions which lead to the greatest outcome for all time? It's impossible. Allah is the one who said, أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ وَهُوَ اللَّطِيفُ الْخَبِيرُ. Allah knows best because He's the one who brings about bounties and grace in a way that you will never perceive. And He's the one who is all-knowing. So don't look anywhere else. That's our rest point. Number two, it's not about the self. It's about bringing up a righteous family. It's about bringing up a righteous family. You know, if you think about it, how much would you sacrifice for your, how much? You would sacrifice your life. Every single parent is like that. Mother and father. So can't you take a bit of rough life so that your children grow up in an honorable way, in a righteous way, and they have the best possible chances in this life? We all know broken families lead to the worst outcomes for children. They're the ones on the streets doing the drug. They're the ones who can't have stable relationships. They're the ones that find it difficult to love and show love. Every kind of crime, you look at the statistics, it goes back to broken families. So number one, it's about Allah. Number two, it's about having a righteous family and righteous children. Number three, your marriage is about chastity. It's about fulfilling each other's physical needs, intimacy needs, so that you don't fall into haram in this, so that you don't fall into haram in this. This is number three. Number four, and the final one, is having good company with each other. Having that companionship. That's right at the bottom of the aims in marriage. Right at the bottom. We think because of the media, this has to be number one. If I'm not living a happy life, I'm not enjoying that blissful company with my spouse, we think because the media is telling us your marriage is rubbish. That's not what Islam tells you. Islam tells you if it's about Allah and you're bringing up righteous children and you're not falling into haram because you're fulfilling each other's physical need, then you've got a good marriage. You're missing one little bit, and that's not the most important anyway. But at the same time, وَعَاشِرُوهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. Treat them and live with each other in a good way. So that's the first thing. That's the basis of our marriage. Remember this. It's about Allah. It's about your children. It's about fulfilling each other's physical desires. And lastly, it's about being happy with each other's company. Lastly, not first. Then the next thing I want to go into. Marriage is not about rights and responsibilities. Oh sister, you have to do this. Oh my wife, you must obey obey me because I'm the boss. Yes, sisters are listening very carefully. Yeah, this is not what marriage is about. And at the same time, the sister can't say, you're my husband, you have to make sure that I have enough money to live a very comfortable life and I have all of the luxuries that everyone else has. No, no, no. You must. Didn't you hear what Allah said? الرجال قوامون على النساء. That you're the leader, you're meant to bring in the money to this extent. No, it's not like this. Rights and responsibilities are not the basis of marriage. What did Allah say? وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. In this verse, Allah is telling us the basis of marriage. Two things. Showing love, not love. Showing each other love. Showing love. That's mawadda. And rahmah, compassion, mercy, feeling for one another, taking care of one another. This is the basis of marriage. You do more than you're supposed to because you care and you love and you're showing that love. You let go of things that are your right because of that love, that care, compassion and mercy. That's what marriage is about. Now, brothers. Now, this is directed at the brothers because the sisters read about this issue 24/7. They know it. They've memorized it like we know Fatiha. Okay? But brothers, we do not know this and I'm going to have a go at our kind. Yeah? The Asian. We are not good at showing love to our spouse. Yeah, this is in us because it's not done in our culture. It's not done. You know, I just want to put you in this situation. If you're at work and your wife phones, you're busy, you've got stresses of work and you've got everything going on. Your wife phones you. Asian man, like me and like you guys, what are we going to do? What's she phoning for? She knows I'm busy. Leave me alone, woman. Okay? And then when we do pick up the phone, we say, yes, what is it? Get off the phone as quickly as you can. Thank you very much. That's us, okay? Now, let me give you a scenario. I was a young man at the time, not married, student, talib. And one of my mashayikh, we were in the car and we're driving to his office actually. And at that moment, we're deep in conversation and the conversation is usul al-fiqh and really deep and going on for a good half an hour and we're driving. And then his wife phoned. Immediately, not like us, you know, wait, let her ring five, 6 times, let it ring until it's about to cut off. No, he picks up immediately. He stops the conversation, picks up the phone. And then what does he do? He picks up the phone and he says, what's this great surprise? You're phoning me out of the blue. It must be an Eid. Must be something going on. And I'm just sitting there, unmarried at the time, didn't know about these issues, didn't have this life experience. And I'm just thinking, wow, man, what a relationship they have. Yani he won his wife's heart in that first couple of statements. She's upset about bothering him anyway because she knows he's busy, but she needs something, some support. And he treats her like the greatest importance in the world. Whatever she was going through, at that moment, she is now on top of the world, ready to deal with it. Because he just lifted her from the problem she's facing and put her on top of the world. That's what he did. And we as Asian men are not good at this. Arab men are normally much better. He's Syrian, by the way. And Syrians, they have a sweetness about them that you won't find in others. Now, what I want you brothers to learn, this is upskilling, not telling off. This is upskilling. There is something called the 5 love languages. 5 love languages. If you forget, you put your hand up, you remember the number 5. You remember this was about love. And you remember the last word, language. Very simple. 5 love languages. Right, number 1, praise. This is the first love language, praise. When did we last praise our spouse? And this is for both brothers and sisters. We need to praise each other. Brothers, sisters, the thing that they want from you is not really your money. You know, they say the biggest problem in my marriage is communication. You know what sisters really mean? And many times they don't understand it. They're not feeling the love in their relationship. You know, when there's no love in the relationship, you don't want to chat with the other person. You don't want to sit with them. You just get on with the chores and it becomes very robotic. So you don't want to talk to the other person. You don't want to spend time with them. That's the underlying issue. It's not having a conversation. It's not. You've lost the love. An easy way, brothers, to win your wife's heart is to say, mashallah, you know what? I really appreciate that thing that you did for me. You look gorgeous. Yeah, the brothers, the Asian brothers, where what? You can say that to your wife? No, yeah, you can. And you can lie, even if you don't mean it, just to win her heart. Kadhib, the Prophet ﷺ allowed us to lie in this kind of circumstance to win each other's heart. We can do it. We're meant to do it. Praise. And sisters, your husband is waiting for you to praise him about being a good husband, about being a good father, about being a good leader in the house, about working and spending all those hours toiling and troubling just for the family. He's waiting for that praise. What we do to each other is we build a lifetime time of having a go at each other and neglect praising completely. What does that do? You imagine, either side, you're being criticized every day for 15 years. Just imagine if you were to get a fence and you were to bang in nails, even if you took out the nails, the holes remain. And once those holes are there, it's very difficult to fill them in. Because yeah, there's filler for walls and there's filler for wood and there's filler for all these things. But filler for the heart, very difficult. Very difficult. So balance it. If you're going to criticize one, praise three. Make it a balance where the praise is far more than the critique, and you'll keep the love. Right, that was praise. Number two, quality time. If you love one another, you'll enjoy spending time with one another. Look at the Prophet ﷺ. Why did he allow Aisha radiallahu anha to look at those Abyssinians doing their war practices in the masjid? It wasn't because she really enjoyed watching that. No, it wasn't that. It's giving her something with time together that shows her, I love you. She's got her head, her chin on his shoulder, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just imagine. And he's not moving, he's staying there with her. And this will be known to everyone else. The Prophet ﷺ stood there and let me enjoy and spent that time and gave me that time. That puts her on top of the world. Quality time. But it's for both sides. Sisters, brothers need to give you time. Listen to you, 100%. A long hadith in Sahih Bukhari is where Aisha is doing all the talking about all these women and what they say about their husbands, and the Prophet ﷺ hardly says anything except a line or two lines at the end. Brothers, what does this tell you? It tells you a very simple fact. Women like to talk. We all know this. I'm not having a go at you, sisters. This is your nature. This is how Allah created you. Don't change it. If you change it, you're going to become men. Don't. This is how Allah wants you to be. And brothers, if you know their nature, let them talk. Listen attentively. That's what they want from you. They don't want you to talk, actually. They don't want you to solve that problem. They just want you to listen. And remember what she's saying and be involved and engaged. That's it. That's quality time. Not with your phone. So you're looking at your messages every 2 seconds. No, it doesn't work. That's not quality time. Not looking at your computer. Not even in one ear and letting it out. No. Quality time, engage. Eye contact. Listen to understand what's going on. And likewise, sisters, you won't like the things that your husband speaks about. They're very different to the life that you lead. But you need to talk about those things and listen attentively, because if you don't, he's going to think all this woman talks about is these petty little things about the house and the children. There's world problems that are on my mind. There's bigger things that are on my mind, and she doesn't care about them. So therefore, she doesn't care about me. That's the message you're sending. So you've got praise, quality time, gift. Give each other gifts. It doesn't have to be expensive. It is truly the thought that counts. The other one, sisters, and bear this in mind, intimacy. This is key. Sisters, one of the greatest complaints from brothers is that my wife does not fulfill my intimate needs. She keeps saying, I've got this to do, that to do, stress and pressure, not now. This is one of the biggest problems that we have. Sisters, let me put it very plainly to you. If you are not fulfilling your husband's intimate need, then don't be shocked when he falls into haram. It's not a justification, but you will have part of that sin. I'm not going to quote to you the hadith that you all know, because it doesn't warrant that. You should understand the reason why the Sharia says that the woman should always fulfill her husband's intimate needs. And likewise the opposite. Likewise the opposite is because this, if it's not there, the marriage crumbles. Love is removed from that marriage. This is the connection. If you break that connection, you break the love, you destroy the marriage. It's as simple as that. And the last thing, acts of service. Help one another. Help one another. Do things for each other. If she asks you to do something, brothers, don't say, yeah, I'll do it, and then you don't do it. Tell her, right, I'm going to do it at this time, on this day, when I have that time to dedicate myself. And then when you say that, make sure you do it. The Prophet ﷺ, what did he say? The Muslims fulfill their vows, their statement, what they promised. Say it like that. I'm going to do it, and then make sure you fulfill it. Because otherwise what happens? He keeps promising and he never does it. I can't rely on him anymore. I have to do things myself. He's useless. Why should I love him? Why should I need him? Why should I even have him around? That's the cycle. That's the cycle. You really want to do that to your marriage? Then you're no better than everyone out there who's only concerned with themselves. And likewise, sisters, if you agree something with your husband, fulfill it. Don't break it. Consider it an obligation. That's what it is. Now, something that is paramount to our marriage is when you have problems and dispute and conflict with your spouse, you're angry with one another. How do you deal with it? Number one, you can't deal with it when you're angry. So set a time when the kids are gone, when you can sit down and both of you have calmed down. Sometimes it takes a whole week for everyone to calm down. Let it be a week. The earth is not going to stand still because you have to wait a week to deal with this. Your marriage will not fall apart if you have to wait a week to deal with it. Give it time. Set an appointed time when you're calm to have a conversation. Then have the conversation listening to each other with the aim to understand the other party and come to an agreement. Okay? This is how our children should see us dealing with. Not, I have an issue with him, he has an issue with her, and you shout and scream in front of everybody and make a huge scene about it and no one resolves anything. That's not how the Sharia told us. Prophet ﷺ told us, La taghdab. Don't manifest the anger. He told you when you're angry, don't speak, keep quiet. If you're standing, sit. If you're sitting, lie down. Go make wudu. Don't try to deal with it at that point. It's not worth it. If your spouse is angry and mouthing off, keep quiet, let them go. Sometimes people have to get it out of their system. Let it be. Let it be. Remain quiet. And then appoint a time to deal with it. Right, then you sit down together in that quiet and calm and you talk it through. You understand each other, you agree something. Right, you could be doing this. And sisters, the biggest problems that brothers have is, you know what? She's not managing the house properly. She's not managing the kids properly. And brothers, part of that is our fault. We're not providing the vision. The wife is not a housewife. She's a house manager. She deals with managing that stuff hands-on. The husband is meant to be dealing with it from a vision perspective and helping her with all of those things by giving her the vision, the bigger picture, how it should flow, setting those expectations, and she executes it and makes sure everything runs. But we're not doing our part, so they don't get to do their part properly. The expectations are completely on the different page, on the wrong page. So right, you try to deal with it yourselves. Now, brothers, listen very carefully. In the story that I began with, when you can't solve it between yourselves, and there's going to be issues you can't resolve between yourselves. You can't agree, you can't talk them out, you can't finish. There is no problem. It is not a stain on your izzah, your dignity and honor, that you appoint someone to judge between you and your wife. And you talk about those things openly with that judge. Because you choose someone qualified who's going to treat it in the strictest of confidence and not disclose that to anyone else, and there's no harm. That's the recourse in the Sharia. If you were called to an Islamic judge in the court, you'd have no choice. If your wife says, let's go to counseling, do not say no. This is not allowed for you. Because if you do this, what's going to happen? You're going to destroy your marriage. That's the reality. If she says, let's go for counseling, you book it, you sort it out, you say, I'm 100% with you, let's go. Let's sort this out so that we love one another and have a good marital relationship. May Allah give us tawfiq to deal with all of our problems head on. May Allah give us tawfiq not to shy away from them. May Allah guide us to make Allah the judge is all of our affairs, with His representatives on this earth. And there are always Allah's representatives on this earth. There are the scholars, the imams who are known to deal with these things. The more work that we do in this regard, the stronger ummah we will have.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Hope this video was helpful for you. This may help others too, so please consider sharing, and we will bring more videos in the future, inshallah. So consider subscribing and you won't miss any. Jazakallahu khairan.